Hi, welcome to Judy's Losing It. I failed to get an update last week. I will be coming back on next Tuesday. I don't remember what day it's going to be. Today's the 15th, Friday the 15th, so 18th, 19th, 20th, somewhere in there, and to bring you up to date. I've been struggling a little bit. So I thought instead of putting pressure on myself that I would do a video about all the things, or the 10 things I didn't know before I had VSG. First off, I was totally taken aback by my weight gain after surgery. Going to hospital BC, they had me on an IV drip for 48 hours. So I had a lot of fluid in my body, a lot of fluid. So what happened was I gained weight, and you have to understand, I had 2 weeks of a liquid diet, clear liquid diet. And then when you're there, the one day you're not eating at all or drinking. The next day, it takes you forever to finish your tray of, water and jello and broth and da-da-da-da-da. And so the third day, it was kind of like you're starting to drink broth. But then, yeah, I must have gained 8 pounds. I remember coming home and trying on or putting on some leggings, and they were tighter than they were when I left. So I was very surprised by that. It quickly went away. In less than a week it was gone, but oh my gosh, it took me aback. Number 2. I've been really surprised at how emotional the journey has been. I have been, I'm better now, but it was like any variations, I was just tearful. I was mad. I was upset. I was stressed out, and I know part of it is the fact that I can't eat the vast quantities that I ate before in order to soothe myself. So so I know part of it is that. But yeah, it's been a really rocky emotional time. And the other side of it is, well, I haven't been able to read, and I'm a huge reader. Reading just hasn't been an easy thing for me to do, which is weird. So, but it is what it is. I know that. 3, vitamins. I knew I was going to need to take vitamins after surgery. But I've been surprised at how many, how expensive they are, and how much time it takes to take them throughout the day. I'm not sure if I'm going to change up my calcium yet. I'm doing the chews right now. I was going to do that through 6 months. And then I was going to try going to the Citracal, was what I was going to do, and to take 2 of those. So I think that'll be okay, but I'll have to see. I've added, oh my gosh, I added probiotic, and I was watching Cluzy's channel, and she was talking about how you need all of these live cultures in your probiotics for womanly issues. Well, I've had a hysterectomy, so my womanly issues are behind me, actually. But it made me look at what I was taking, and my chewable probiotics weren't that many. And then I went and bought a gummy ones that had tons more. And what I found out is put that together with my fiber pills, my fiber gummies. Give me an hour or two after that, and I have to be at the bathroom. I've had to stop taking that probiotic. So anyways, I want to do the probiotic, but going back to the calcium chews, at the suggestion of Dr. Weiner, he suggested for the first year to take bariatric vitamins. Excuse me. And if you've had VSG, you know exactly why I'm doing that. And so I upped my game. My first ones were not, but ever since then I've been taking a bariatric. So it has iron and all the rest of it. And so you have to wait 2.5 hours after taking that before you can take the calcium chews. And then every calcium chew you have to take 2 hours later. So I'm usually done with my calcium chews around 3:30 in the afternoon. But I mean, I've got to remember to take them out, and it's been a lot more than I was thinking it was going to be with just having the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Without the malabsorption, I didn't really think it was going to be that big of a deal. Well, it's turned out that taking your vitamins is a big deal. And I most certainly want to do that. I want to stay as healthy as I possibly can. My grandmother had osteoporosis. I don't want to end up hunched over or unable to move or whatever. So anyways, yeah, that's been a challenge that was unexpected. Things I didn't know. Number 4. I know this sounds stupid. Oh, sorry, got a window there I have to plug off. That the weight wasn't going to fall off. I know. I should have known that. I really should have. I thought it wasn't going to apply to me. I thought that this was going to cure everything and the weight was just going to poof. And it doesn't. I have lost weight. I've lost more weight doing special diets than I have VSG. But my body's changing, and that's never happened before. Excuse me. My 3rd bottle of the day. Yay, yay, yay. Good for me. So yeah, stupid things that you just have this hubris about what's going on that just isn't. And this applies to my number 5 too. I didn't know that the surgery wasn't going to fix my food addictions. I know everybody talks about that. Fix your mind first. So, yeah, it's been a challenge. It really has. Because I just thought, you lose weight, and I have. I've lost 50 pounds since surgery. I've lost over 100 pounds from my high weight of last year. I feel so much better. I've got so much energy. I'm fitting into my smaller clothes. Everything is great. But that doesn't mean that my food addiction is gone. So that's something I'm going to have to work on, seriously. I may start with OA. My health insurance over the summer changed how it deals with mental health issues, so I just don't know. I don't know at this point how to get a therapist again. So anyways, but I think that's what I've got to do. Number 6, that my taste buds would change. Now don't get me wrong, I still like sweet treats. I try to keep them to sugar-free sweet treats at a minimum, but I still like them, but I've really noticed I want a hit of salt. I like salty and crunchy. And in fact, I'm just not going to get them anymore, but I was getting the little Parmesan crisps at Trader Joe's, and unfortunately I was just eating the whole bag rather than half of the bag. But they're highly satisfying, and I didn't really like those kind of things before. Number 7, I've been surprised at how quickly my current wardrobe got too big. I'm happy, but I'm also sad. I invested in some nice pieces of clothing at my larger size, and so it's kind of hard for me to say goodbye to those clothes. But I've got to, and that's one of my goals for the next weekend, couple of weekends, or maybe even Thanksgiving weekend, is to seriously go through my closet and pull everything that's too big. Put them in a bag and take them to Goodwill. That's just what it needs to happen. I mean, there's no reason for me to have those clothes again. I mean, I'm never going to be that size again. I'm going to make damn sure of it. And so it's just time to get it, move it on. But yeah, it's kind of hard to say goodbye to a few pieces, particularly my dresses. The other thing, I've been surprised at how hard it is to get in my water. 25 ounces, and I'm only for the most part able to get in 3 of these. I start off in the morning and I drink one. I drink another one in the afternoon, and then I drink another one in the evening. You know, maybe if I went with a bigger bottle, it might help. I don't know. I really don't know. But this, getting in 75 ounces has been about all I can do. And unfortunately, there's been a few days I've only gotten in around 50, which is not enough. I know that. So I really prefer to be getting in more like 100. So I've got to really seriously think about that. But yeah, that's been something and it's not that I'm drinking in small little sips, or, I'm not chugging water. There's no doubt I'm not going to be chugging anything. But, I can take a gulp and drink it and let it go through, and before taking the next one. And, it's just a matter of, I just don't sit around drinking water all the time. And as things are getting cooler, I don't really think about, I'm not thirsty. I'm not as thirsty. But anyways, so yeah, the water has been an issue. 9, that I would become a constant burper. And that's the truth. That's the absolute truth. I burp. I haven't burped since I drank water, but normally I drink water and I burp. I eat. If I eat a little too much, or I eat just the right amount, burp, 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 burp. It's my body's way of, I'm just kind of internally burping right there. So yeah, it's a lot of burping. And you say I'm sorry, you can only say I'm sorry, excuse me, so many times. So yeah. And then I've also been surprised at what a challenge constipation has been. Until now. I love my fiber gummies. I highly recommend those. It's not that it makes me go every day, but I'm going every other day, maybe even twice a day, and it's some volume, and I'm really happy with those fiber gummies. They are a godsend. Anyways, super happy about that. Any other thoughts? Probably the biggest and I'm sorry, but this is getting long, but I didn't realize after losing 100 pounds, 50-cent surgery, that I wouldn't be able to walk. I've gone through 3 months of physical therapy. I do water aerobics 4 to 5 times a week. But when I go to walk, after about 10-15 minutes, my calf starts cramping and I go from walking to hobbling. And I have to sit down. And so like going to Costco, by the time I get back to the car, I'm hurting. So yeah, it's the reality. We've done things to harm our bodies. You know, in my case, over decades. And just like, you know, my loose skin is never going to be anything but unsightly. I'm having to realize that I'm having to pay that price, and the price right now is just not being able to walk. Hopefully I'll keep on it and keep working, and that will change, but we'll have to see. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that, and I will be back next week and tell you my sad tale. No, it's not that sad, but I feel like I'm wasting time. Oh, and there is another thing as well. I'm sorry. If I had read the book by, well, it wasn't published, but by Dr. Matthew Weiner, if I'd read his book and also looked at the statistics showing what the average is, I don't know that I would have gotten the VSG, which is also a surprise. I may have gotten the RNY, which I never wanted exactly. I mean, with my background, my mother in the 60s had weight loss surgery, and it was completely malabsorptive. So they didn't do anything but rewire her intestines. And so she had constant diarrhea, and she could eat whatever she wanted in as much quantity as she wanted because it went through her so quickly. The nutrition was very low. So, yeah, it has always scared me, the malabsorptive part. But, you know, when I went to UW Med, they said basically maybe 10 pounds. But they also didn't say that the honeymoon period with a VSG is upwards of 2 years, whereas with the gastric bypass, it's more like 5. Yeah, if I had known all the statistics, I might not have gotten the surgery I did. In hindsight, I feel like going to Mexico, I got the surgery with the least complications, which was good. But yeah, I just don't know. I really don't. Which is just odd to me. So there's my thoughts. And before I get to 20 minutes, I'm going to shut up. I hope you enjoy this. And if you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear them. Please like, subscribe, give me a comment. I would love to start a conversation. So anyways, take care, and I'll be back next week. Bye.